Okay, Silvia Álvarez with you.
Gracias, Miriam. Good afternoon, buenas tardes. Mi nombre es, bueno, un poquitico más alto, para estar seguro que ustedes están vivos, ¿ok? Buenas tardes. Buenas tardes. Ok. Mi nombre es Silvia Álvarez. Yo soy la directora ejecutiva de Housing and Education Alliance. I'll do the rest of this in English now. And to tell you a little bit about AGA, we are a HUD-certified housing counseling agency. We're an affiliate of the National Council of La Raza. We have been operating in the Tampa Bay area since 2002. And during that time, we have had over 300,000 hours of first-time homebuyer education, foreclosure counseling, and one-on-one housing counseling that we've provided. In addition to that, we are also offering all of our classes and all of our services are offered in both English and in Spanish. And I know when I first spoke to Lydia, she wanted me to tell you a little bit about our services and as well to talk to you about the foreclosure crisis that is so damaging and hurting right now to our Latino families. Right now, the latest statistic is that 1 out of every 200 houses is in foreclosure. However, in certain communities, it's as high as 1 in 34. I know that there have been recent articles that have said that there is a decline. This is typically because of the holidays coming up, so get ready because it's going to, actually, we're going to get a second wave of foreclosures coming next year. And that's primarily because there's going to be a whole new set of mortgages that will be resetting, as well as the commercial foreclosures. They're usually on about a 5-year cycle when they have to be renewed. So right now, Tampa is number 2 in the country, only behind Detroit in commercial foreclosures. Detroit about 2 weeks ago had an auction of foreclosed homes. They had 6,000 homes to sell. It took them 4 days, and they couldn't even sell 1,500 of them. That's all that they sold, and even though the bid was starting at $500. So, I mean, I could sit here for hours and talk to you, so I'm going to try to be brief to maybe allow some time for questions. One of my colleagues here is Sheila Lopez. She's with Catholic Charities, and she's going to tell you more about what she's been doing with her efforts in the tent city that she has up in St. Petersburg. Last month, we had a conference at the Tampa Convention Center with Hope Now. Hope Now is the national organization that was formed by Congress to help combat the foreclosure crisis. We were the selected local partner for the event, and we had about 21 different servicers from all over the country. The event was supposed to run from 9 until 2. Some of the servicers were there till 8 o'clock at night because there were so many people that showed up. There was over 2,000 families, or 2,000 individuals representing about 965 families. I know that everyone is very well aware of the bad economic times, and now most recently the job market and the loss of jobs that we have seen. The League of Cities, I don't know if anyone gets their emails here. Does anyone get the emails from the League of Cities? Okay, well, last week they sent out an email, and it's a newsletter, and according to their study, unemployment is actually at 17.5%. If they take into account the people who have fallen off the rolls because they've been longer than the allowed time getting unemployment, or those that are only working part-time or underemployed. I think we all know someone that's facing foreclosure, and I know that there's probably people sitting in here that are facing foreclosure as well. And a lot of people are suffering in silence, especially the Latino community. I think we know what pride we all have, and to lose a home, first of all, to get a home, that's achieving the American dream. But to lose a home is sometimes a real point of bochorno, of embarrassment, And I'm here to tell you that we've got to let our Latino brothers and sisters know that there is help out there. There are many different programs. On the table in the back, I put some brochures. One of them is a sheet that HUD put out has a lot of links to a lot of different websites that are helpful. I also have information on a new program that came out earlier this year, the Making Home Affordable, which has two components. One is a refinance component, and the other one is a loan modification. The refinance component will not work in Florida because our homes are too underwater. The modification component will, and I'll give you some of the highlights as to how that works, but you're welcome to pick up some brochures in the back that will explain it more. How the modification works, within certain percentages, if the person can pay 31% of their income toward a housing payment, this represents 31% would include their principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. So what happens is the first thing that a servicer does is they find out what the taxes and insurance are, and they take 31% of the person's income. The difference between the taxes and insurance and what's left over of that 31% can actually be charged to principal and interest. Then the next thing they'll do is they'll try to write down the interest to as low as 1 to 2%. If that still doesn't bring them in line, then they'll even forbear some of the principal until some future point. The only problem that we cannot help is someone who has no job at all. And then we try to find options for them, perhaps taking a short sale on their house.